everyone, and welcome to Lauren Reed Color. Thank you so much for joining me on today's Saturday Snippets. In today's video, we're going to be coloring our next page in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. So I will be revealing which page won the poll. But before I get into that, I am going to show you the pages that I worked on this week. So I worked in 4 books. I worked in Dark Fairy Tales, in Spirit Animals, in Dragon Spell, and in By the Sea. So let's start with my page, which is almost done, from Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. And it is this gorgeous Princess Aurora page. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that this page is coming out. This week I based all of the roses and the leaves. I used Faber-Castell art. It's called, I keep forgetting and getting confused between Art Grip Aquarelle or Aqua Grip watercolor pencils. It's one or the other. Anyway, so I used those ones, and yeah, so I based them. I wanted to get this like light pinkish color, but it ended up being a darkish pink because I used light fast magenta and light fast oyster. And my idea originally for this page was to have it like split down the middle with half alive and half dead. But as I was coloring, it just didn't work out that way. But I still got that impression of death with this side, with these I don't know, what are they called? Stems, vines attached to these roses, which are looking a little bit more moldy and dead. So the idea is that the roses on this side are alive and then on this side are dead or dying. So I'm hoping to get that effect. Again, I'll have to go with the flow and see how it turns out. So yeah, that is my page in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. The next book that I worked on is Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson, and the page that I'm working on is this double page spread of the Clockwork Fly and the Clockwork Lady. So this is a buddy color with the lovely Chrissy Wilcox, and we actually originally said that we would do this separately, like the November for the fly and December for the lady, but as I was coloring I realized that wasn't going to work out, and I think the same happened to Chrissy. We started working on both pages together, so that is how it's going. And this week I colored all of these shapes on the fly's wings, and I'm going to be continuing to shade all of the cogs and chains, and then I'm also going to base the lady's hat. So her hat and her jacket are going to be this teal color. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate the shading that I do on these cogs on this, I don't know what it is. Is it a clock? Yeah, I think it's a clock on her bodice. And I'm still not sure yet what I'm going to do with her hair. I'm thinking it's either going to be really, really dark brown. I don't think she's going to be blonde. That's not going to work with this background. I also need to still shade the background and perhaps get some sort of glow going. We'll see with that. But yeah, I'm having fun with this page. So that is the page in Spirit Animals. The next page that I worked on this week is from Mythographic Dragon Spell by Joseph Katzenbach. If you've been watching the channel, then you'll know that I belong to a group on Instagram where we are coloring this book together. So far, I think we've colored 6 pages, perhaps 7. I do know that I have colored 1 page before I joined the group. But the page that we are coloring in December is this one. So it is the girl who has a dragon tail and dragon wings, and this is the palette from Sarah Renee's new 2nd edition color cubes that I will be using on this page. I will also be adding a color combination for either gold or silver for the cage. I think I'm going to color that last because then I will see whether gold or silver is more appropriate for what I have on the page. Yeah, so that's the color palette that I'm going to be using. And I am calling this page the Sweet Pea Dragonling because because I want to color these flowers like sweet peas with the blues and the purples and the pinks. And yeah, so I think it's a gorgeous page. I also think it's one of the easier pages to color in the book because there aren't that many elements, and a lot of the areas are actually quite large. So I think it might actually go quite quickly. Yeah, so far I've done the background, and I did this using Brunzil watercolor pencils. So I put down 3 shades, a light shade in the background, and then I put darker shades around the elements because they're casting shadows. So yeah, so far I'm liking the way the background is, and now I'm going to start filling in the rest of the elements. So this is going to be a fun, quick page to color. I'm looking forward to it. So that's Mythographic Dragon Spell. And last but not least, let's put this one aside. The other page that I worked on this month is in By the Sea, Color by Number book by George Tufexis. And I have started working on this page. So this page is going to be a buddy with a nice lady on Instagram named Rabia, and we decided to color this one together since this book is one that I color in sporadically when I feel like it or when I just want to do something mindless. I've already gotten started. I don't know if Rabia has gotten started, but I have left her a message on Instagram telling her that I have gotten going with our buddy color. Right, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, I know that this little lizard is not the focal point of this page, but for me, he is. And so I have called this page Little Lizard's Seaside Adventures. So I'm looking forward to coloring this cute little guy. And yeah, those are the pages I worked on this week. And now I'm going to talk about Small Victories and what we are going to be doing for the rest of the Saturday Snippets. Moving on to the main feature of today's Saturday Snippets, and that is Johanna Basford's Small Victories. As you know, this is the project book for the channel. And at the end of last month, I put up a poll in the community section asking everyone which page they would like to color next. So the options were the Winter Wreath, the Songbird in Bloom, and the page with the teacups and the teapot. And I must say that I'm actually quite surprised by the results. At the beginning, the Songbird in Bloom page was winning out by quite a significant margin, but now by the end, yes, the teacups have overtaken it by such a tiny amount. So what I was thinking is we would do the teacups and the teapot in December, and once we're done with that one, we will move over to the Songbird in Bloom. So it's quite possible that by that time it will no longer be winter and we can do it as a spring page, but that is perfectly fine since the page is suitable for any season. Anyway, this is the page that has won, yes, the teacups and the teapot. And I thought that what we would do today is choose a palette for these teacups and the teapot. And for that, we're going to be looking through some palettes in Sarah Renee Clark's color cubes. We are going to, if we don't find anything in there, I might try Naomi Kuno's palette book. It's called Practical Color Combinations. And I also have an inspiration object, I suppose you would call it. So if you don't know, I am a significant tea lover, and so this page is right up my alley, and I have lots of tea sets, and one of my favorites is this one. It is porcelain, and it's got these gorgeous pink roses and the bird cage and the bluish background, which is suitable for winter, and that's what the teacup itself looks like. So it comes in a set. It also has a teapot, but I didn't want to take the teapot off the shelf because knowing me, I would break it. So yeah, so I just thought I would show you. This is one possible inspiration, and maybe we'll find a palette that has these colors in it. We can see. I also was thinking about what to do for the background. So let's go back to our page. So this a teapot and teacup there on the page, and I was thinking that we could maybe put it on some sort of shelf. So make a shelf under the tea cups and a shelf around the teapot. So I have an IKEA kitchen. The kitchen was built by IKEA, and one of the shelves is a metal shelf. Here, I'll put a picture here on the side. So this is the shelf that I have that I put my tea set on. So I was thinking that we could draw in that metal shelf for our teapot and our teacups. So that is one option for the background. Another option for the background, because we have these stars and flecks coming out of the teapot, like sort of like steam, it's also possible to do a smoky, steamy background. So those are our two options. And let me know in the comments which background you would prefer. Do you want the metal shelf background, or do you want the steamy, smoky background? Let me know in the comments, and that's the majority will win, and that's what we'll do for the page. Right, so we're going to get started. I also want to just say that the pencils that we will be using for this page are Caran-d'Ache Luminance. I will also put the equivalent Prismacolors for the pencils that we choose as well. Okay, so you'll get both Prismacolor combinations and Caran-d'Ache Luminance, but I will be using the Luminance pencils. Right, so let's get going and choose a palette. Right, I thought that we would start by choosing a palette from Sarah Renee Clark's new second edition color cubes. I got these recently and I'm enjoying playing with them. So this is the first volume, and what's interesting about the color cubes is that we now have these divider tabs where you can see small images of each one of the palettes, and this makes it easy to just choose a color scheme and find the appropriate card. As I said, I am interested in blues and pinks and purples for this page, and I think the card on this one that I like the most is this one. So it's number 3. Let's get that one out. I might choose 5 or 6 palettes, and then yes, see if we find one that we like the most. Okay, so there's that one. Right, let's just move the box a bit. Then we have Sandy Shores. I'm not so distressed by the names of the categories. I'm more interested in the colors, and I don't really see anything. These are all summary, so that's not going to work. Bold and bright, far too vivid for what we want. I want something a bit more muted. Then we have some beautiful food. There's this one. I think that's a blue. However, it's far too pale for what I have in mind. So not that one. Let's see, Natural Wonders. What do we have here? Any blues and pinks together? No, nothing that's really catching my eye. Okay, let's see what we have here. Also, far too bright and vivid. There's that one, but I think I like this better. So, oops, let's just keep that. Right. We have the autumn palette. Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything here. No. Winter. One would think we would find something here, but there are no pinks or purples. So let's try spring. Okay, so what do we have here? We have that one, but it's not a good balance between the blues and the pinks. Right, Christmas season. Lots of reds here. And Sweet Valentine. Yeah, maybe that one. I don't like the yellowy color. I don't want yellow on it. Well, actually, we did say gold. Wait a minute. 266. Let's see if we can. I think it's the first card in this section. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's see. And it's even a teapot. Oh, this is an option. Okay, let's take that one out. Okay, so that's in this box. Yeah, this is a little bit of a time-consuming process. If you want, you can just skip ahead to see which one I eventually chose. Okay, volume 2. Let's see what we have here. As I said, I think I'm going to, sorry, I'm just moving my chair. I'm going to choose like 5 or 6 and then choose from those. So as soon as we get, 6 we want to choose from, I'm just going to go with them. What do we have here? There's no blues there, so I don't think so. I really want the blues. I really want to find something that's very similar to my own tea set. Okay, what do we have here? Got lots of blues, not as many. Ooh, there's this one. Ooh, what number is that? That is 297. Let's see, 297. It's towards the back. Let's get 297. Oh, that's also got maroons there. Okay, that's also an option. All right. And Spectacular Skies. What have we got here? Oh, we've got that one. Oh, that's nice. Okay, hold on. Which number is that? That's 301. I think we're going to get to our 6 palettes to choose from pretty quickly. Oh, I really like this one. Oh, I think this one is closest to what I have in mind. Let's see. This back. How many do we have? We have 4. Let's get 2 more. Okay, here we've got cityscapes, got pinks, but no blues. Okay. Everyday life. Let's see what we've got here. Coffee cup here, but not in the palette that we want. This one's monochrome. That one's monochrome. There's, no, that's too peachy. I want more pink than peach. Fun and festive. Let's see. Oh, there's that one. That one's got like a green and a gold and a silver and a pink and a blue. Okay, which number is that one? Let's check that one too. 388. Okay. Let's get 388. Okay, right. Festive, petals and blooms. I'm already using a palette from here for my mythographic page. No, I don't see anything suitable. We're gonna get one more. Farmer's table. Let's see. Nope, there's no pinks and blues here. Cosmic Wonders. Let's see. No, I don't think so either. Nope. Smooth gradients. Oh. Okay. There's this one. Oh, that's nice as well. I like that one. Which number is that? That's 461. Okay, let's get 461. All right, we have 6. I've chosen 6, right, to choose from. Okay, so I choose 6 because I don't want to overwhelm myself with choices. If you choose too many, then you start to think to yourself, oh, there's so many, and you get sort of like decision fatigue. And so I don't want to choose too many options. I just want ones that I know will suit the image of the palette that I have in my head. Okay, so let's just move these aside and see what we have. Okay, so let's start narrowing down. So first of all, this one's got green, which is not really what I had in mind. So I'm going to put that one on the side. Also, you could start to see which ones have colors in common. Okay, so So for example, these two have quite a few colors in common. So let's flip over. Oops. Let's see what we've got. We've got, okay, so they don't have the same names, but they're very similar. So for example, this one is similar to these two, and this one is similar to that one. And here we've got 2 shades of pink. And then this is just a different, this is more of a greeny teal color, whereas this is more turquoisey. Which one goes better with the, I'm just getting my saucer. Which one goes better? I'm thinking, I mean, you also have to keep in mind that each color has a light, a mid-tone, and a dark, and you can always get a lighter shade, okay? So I use the Dopely website to find lighter shades, so I could get a lighter pink as well for that. So that doesn't really matter. I'm thinking more this one. Yes, okay. Let's put that one to the side. This one is really winning, I think. This one has this yellow that we could make gold with, but on the other hand, I might decide that kettle should have silver and not gold, and I can always add that separately. So that's it will go with these colors, you can see. So I'm putting that one to the side. Okay, now let me put my my saucer away. All right, so we've narrowed it down to these 3 now. I'm really leaning towards this one because it's got the pinks. This one has got, I think it's a lilac. It's a thistle and a mimi pink. I really like these colors, but I'm not sure. Would they go well with the yellow? I don't think so. I would have to use silver for that, maybe. I'm not feeling it. Let's put that one aside. Okay, so now we're narrowed down to these 2. So we've got the similar purple. We've got well, these are purples, not pink. Yeah, pretty purple. More blues. This one's got a broader range of colors. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so this is going to be our palette for our teacups. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose pencils. Right, so now we are going to pick pencils for the palette that we have chosen. So Sarah Renee Clark has given us the color name, she's given us the hex code, she's even given us a light, a mid, and a dark tone for each color, but we might want to add in some others. Now, at the beginning of my channel, I created a series of videos where I explained how to choose colors using the Dopely website. Since then, Dopely has changed the layout of their website a little bit. I actually think it's a lot more useful now. So all you really need to do to use this website is to go to Dopely, put in Dopely in Google, and it's the first link. And once you get to their homepage, you can click on more tools. And one of the tools is the color toner. And if you click on that, you can put in any hex code. So for example, let's put in the hex code that's on our card. So we're going to do the Pacific, no, let's actually do the fuchsia purple. So it's CC2F7E, and up comes the color in Dopely. Okay, you can actually see it's a pretty good match. Sometimes it depends on your screen. Some screens show the colors slightly differently than others, but it's close enough. It's always close enough, right? And then it will give you some more colors. So for example, here it gives you shades, which means it's the color plus black. Okay, so you can even go for a darker color. Okay, then you've got the tones. So that's the base color plus gray. So you've got some options there. And here you get the tints, which is the base color plus white. So for example, I would want another color that's slightly lighter. You can also alter how many you can get. So for example, here it's showing 5, all right? But here at the top, you can reduce it to 4 or increase it by however many you want. Yes, I usually go for 5 because 5 is a good number. Okay, right, so for example, I think I would add one more darker color and one more lighter color to this selection that Sarah Renee Clark has given us. I do want to note that Sarah Renee Clark is creating her color companion, which will do exactly the same thing as Dopely does. So by the time that gets ready, it's quite possible that I will stop using Dopely and just use Sarah Renee Clark's system. Okay, so as I've said, I'm going to add another dark color and another light color. Let me just put this on the side. And you can do that for each color on the card or only the colors that you want. And sometimes the lighter and darker colors are actually in the other colors of the palette. So for example, here, yes, you might get an even darker color that matches this one on the card itself. So yeah, you play around and you find the colors that you want. Right, so I am going to start off by getting the base colors, and what I do is, this is my swatch book. Okay, one second, it's upside down. Right, so as I said, this is my swatch book. I have all of my colors for all of my pencils all swatched out. Let me just get to the luminance section. One second, here it is. Okay, so another thing to keep in mind with pencils is that you can mix colors together to get some of these colors. Sometimes the color will be immediately available. So say, for example, this one or this one. Yes, you can match it to the card. Okay, and other times you might have to mix a couple of colors together. I'm just trying to see what we have here. That's pretty close. And even the light colors. So if I could mix this one with this one together and get the color that is on the Dopely site. So yeah, this color and this color together, it's going to give me this and this depending on how much pencil I put down. So that's also something to keep in mind. So basically this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through, I am going to match my pencils to the color palette, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have gone and I have compared the palette to my pencils, and I have swatched out the pencils. So I am just going to show you what I have done here. So obviously not every color that's on the palette exists in the luminance pencils, and actually I also found that while there are more matching colors in Prismacolor, there are still a few that are missing, but that you can create. You can create the colors using other pencils, which is the beauty of layering pencils. So for example, here we have a Pacific Blue. Let me zoom in a little bit. Right, so we're zoomed in, and as you can see, I created, yes, this middle color by taking these two colors together. So this one is 171, this one is 180, and then I mixed them together and I got the color in the middle. So 171 is turquoise blue, and 180 is malachite green, okay, and together they create the color in the middle. Okay, the same goes for the next colors. Okay, here I've taken the 171 again. I've added white, and I've gotten this color and this color. This is 2 layers of this one and 1 layer of white, and this is 1 layer of this one and 1 layer of white. And then the gray is 504, which is cool gray, I think 20% or 30% in the luminance. Hold on, I'll tell you. One second, it is 30%. Okay, so it's Payne's Gray 30%. Right, and then of course the Prismacolors have more colors, so there are more exact matches. So we've got light aqua, aquamarine, cobalt turquoise, sky blue. That this one's missing, you would have to add 2 layers of sky blue, and cool gray 50. Yeah, so that's what I've done for the entire set here. So this is 120 plus white. This is 120, this is 135, this is 585, 599, this is 599 plus 507, which is Payne's Gray. So to get a slightly darker shade, we're adding gray. I don't like to add black because black makes everything look a little bit more matte, and I'm not a fan. But you can add black if you want instead of Payne's Gray. Here it's 583. Here it's 589, and here it's 589 plus 507, which is the Payne's Gray. And here it is 350 plus white, 350, and then 350 plus Payne's gray. So yeah, this is a very good match, I think. I think we've done a good job in finding matching colors. And of course, there are Prismacolor equivalents. Okay, so this one is violet plus white, this one is violet, and this one is dioxazine purple hue. This one, there is no Prismacolor. I would take the Tuscan red and add white. And here I would take the Tuscan red and add Payne's gray. There is Payne's gray, or cool gray 70 or cool gray 90. Here we have henna, mahogany red, and black raspberry. Here we have hot pink, processed red, and pomegranate. So there are more colors in Prismacolors to match these shades than there are in luminance. But nevertheless, I'm going to be using luminance. Also keep in mind that when you actually color, you don't do this. You don't do the shading with the squares. Yes, you add the darker colors into the shadow areas and you layer. So it comes out looking a little bit better than it does in the swatches. Okay, so yeah, let's actually start coloring. I've been doing a lot of explaining, and now we're actually going to do some coloring. Right, so this is the page. We're finally going to put some pencil to paper. I've clipped this side to keep this page open because the spine of my book is not yet completely broken, and I'd actually rather it just did that naturally rather than me breaking it because I don't want to lose any pages, even though I think this book is stitch bound. So even if we did that, it would be okay. Yes, it's stitch bound. So yeah, it's okay to break the spine. I'm always careful because I don't want to lose any pages. Okay, so yeah, we are going to start with our teapot, and I thought we would color these flowers first, and they're going to be a pinky color. Okay, so we're going to see what we get. Right, first let me zoom in. Okay, so we're going to start with this flower, as I said, and the light source is actually going to be coming from the steam that we have over here. So this side is going to be light and it's going to go darker that way. Okay, so we're going to start with our lightest color, which is this one. It is purplish red, 350. Okay, I'm doing a really light layer of this color, and in order to get it lighter we would add white, and darker we would add the Payne's gray. Okay, just like we saw in our swatches. Right, so I'm just going to take this pencil and put a light layer. Let's do here. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for being patient with me as I ran through all of my explanations. I hope you found it helpful. Even if you didn't listen to me, that's okay. I will be doing some explaining as we go along. So I hope that you are all having a good weekend. If you're new here, welcome. I just want to remind everybody that these are chatty videos. I talk about all sorts of different things. So again, as I always say, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on, you are more than welcome to mute me. So it's been a good week, and I wanted to, in one of my previous Saturday snippets, I spoke about a lady on Threads that I follow, Camp Carter. She fosters puppies. And I explained that one of her previous foster puppies who had been adopted was returned because the lady who adopted her got a new job and was no longer able to take care of her. So this foster puppy's name is Newt, which is so cute. She was one of the lady, Carter, she gives each set of puppies, she gives them a name. So she gives them a collective name, and she also gives each individual puppy a name. So this was Newt from the Pond Pups. All the other Pond Pups were adopted. And anyway, so Newt went through a little bit more socialization training, And I just wanted to give you all an update that she has been adopted again by a lovely, lovely couple who came with very good recommendations. So I don't think that Newt will be back. And it was so good to see her so happy with some new people. They bought her a cool little jacket and a leash. She's the people who adopted her are Red Sox fans. So she's got all the paraphernalia to go to the games. I thought that was so cute. So yeah, very pleased to inform you all that Newt has found a new forever home. Yeah, so she's also got another set of puppies now. They're called, if you're new here and you didn't hear me talking about them, they're called the Halloween Hounds because they were born on Halloween. There are 4 of them, and they're not Carter, the lady who does this fostering. She usually fosters pit bull puppies, but this set of puppies are some sort of terrier mix. So, they're so tiny and so cute, but they've opened their eyes and their ears are open and they've started moving around more. And they are just so, so adorable. So I'm just layering this pencil. Now, luminous pencils are layering pencils. So as you see, I'm building up the color because when I put the white in, I want enough of this color down to mix nicely with the white. Now, I'm going to show you how I use the luminance white, but I will also show you how to do this with Prismacolor white. In my opinion, the Prismacolor white is a better pencil. So if you want to use Prismacolor white, go right ahead. I will show using luminance, and I might even show using Prismacolor because I will be moving over to the Prismacolor white. It's a better white. The only white that I think is a better white than the Prismacolor white is the Derwent Drawing White. Is just wow. I'm speechless. It's an amazing white. So I'm just building up the color with layers. Caran d'Ache luminance pencils are a mixture of wax and oil. All pencils are a mixture of wax and oil. They have a bit more, I would say they have a bit more oil than wax. They don't have as much oil as Polychromos, but they definitely have more oil than Prismacolor. So they come to a nice point, but they are layering pencils. They are artistic grade pencils and they're layering pencils. All, in my opinion, all artist grade pencils are more have more oil than wax, and they are layering pencils. Now, Prismacolor, while they are used by artists and they are of excellent quality, I wouldn't necessarily say that they are artist grade pencils. First of all, as far as I know, they don't have a light fast rating, which means that artists are not going to use them for work that needs to be archival because there's no light fast rating. And so I wouldn't necessarily classify them as an artist grade pencil. Okay, so now as you can see, for each one of these petals, I have left white. Okay, we want to leave that white because it's our highlight. So even when you're putting in the white, I recommend trying not to go over into these white highlight areas so that you can leave that highlight white. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the white. Okay, so I'm just going to sharpen my pencil. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going in with the white, and I am going to try, as I said, I'm going to try. I can't always promise that I will be successful, but I'm going to try not to go into this white. Okay, and I'm also not going to go straight up to the black line that the artist has given us, that Johanna's given us, because I'm going to put in gray as well. Okay, so very, very carefully, just on the color itself. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, I talked about Newt. And another thing that I saw on Threads this week, which was so adorable, I don't know if you've seen it, in America, it was on the news, a couple of stations were showing it. there was a break-in at a liquor store. I know I'm giggling because I think it's hysterical. And the police came and they started to investigate and they found the culprit. He was passed out drunk in the bathroom. Yeah, he was a raccoon. He got totally smashed on the alcohol that he had drunk during his break-in, and they found him passed out. He is seriously regretting his choices. Such a cute little story. So never fear, Mr. Raccoon has recovered from his hangover and has been released back into the wild. So now we've got, if we look at our card, where did I put my card? Hold on one second. Yes, so if we look at our color palette, yes, and we turn it over, by doing what we just did, we got this color. Okay, and now we want to deepen up and create shadows using this one and this one. Okay, so to do that, I am going to take my Payne's Gray, which is 507. Okay, if you are using Prismacolor, you can use Cool Gray 70 or Cool Gray 90. Okay, and just in the shadows, I am going to put this down. Okay, just in the shadow areas. I'm just going to be quiet for a second because I don't want to mess this up. Now here, just lightly on the side and a little bit in the bottom here, not too much. Okay. Yeah, so when I was testing pencils out, I felt that these pencils worked really nice on this paper. Yeah, so in a previous Saturday Snippets, we were doing, I've hooked it. But it was the vignettes page, and we tried different brands of pencils. One of them was Luminance, and I felt that it worked really nice on this paper, and indeed it does. Okay, so now I'm going back in with that purplish red and just going over the Payne's Gray. And it's going to create the darker shade that we have on the card. Okay. So I'm just blending out that gray with the purplish red. And it creates such a nice gradient. Okay, and you can go over the white a little bit to get more of the pinky color. I'm really trying very hard not to go over the white that we deliberately left to get a good highlight. If you do go over that white, that's fine. You can always put the highlight back in with a gel pen. So even if you do go over it, don't stress about it. Just have fun. Oh, I like that. That has come out really nice. Do I want to make that even darker? I'm thinking what I could do is perhaps take one of these darker reddish colors. Let me look at my swatch. It's always good to keep your swatch nearby. Hold on one second. And see if I can choose. Hold on, I'm trying to keep the page open. None of them are really a pinky color. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't want to mess with it because I like it. Okay, so there we have that flower. Okay, now we're going to move on to this flower. And same thing. I think I want the highlight is going to be on, the same highlight. Okay, so first I'm actually going to just sharpen this pencil 1 second, just to get a slightly sharp point, yes. Nice things about Luminance is they sharpen really nicely, the points don't really break, and you can get nice sharp points. Just 1 second, I need a brush so that I don't get any pencil dust. And yeah, they don't really break. They're good quality pencils. Yeah, so that's what I saw on Threads this week. Newt's new home, the drunken raccoon. I wonder if he had to pay a fine. He was arrested. Just one second, just here. And what else did I see on Threads? Was there anything? Oh, there were some cute penguin videos. I love penguins. There were some cute penguin videos. There were some cute dog videos. This is where I am on Threads for the animal movies. Yeah. All right, now here, what do I want to do here? I want to leave highlight on this side. So let's do here, very softly, and leave white over there. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Okay. So again, I'm just building up the colors. Yeah, so what else did I do this week? So I was watching television. I'm still doing my rewatch of Bones, which I'm enjoying very much and remembering why I love that show so much. So I know that there are some new movies coming out, and I'm considering going to see them in the actual movie theater. It's just so expensive these days to go to the movies. But there are a couple of movies that I really want to see. So I know that the third Knives Out movie is coming out this month. And that one I'm definitely going to see in the cinema because I saw the first two in the cinema and they were so good. They're worth it. They're worth the money. So if you're not familiar with that series, it's called Knives Out. There's sort of, how can I explain? There's sort of a satire detective genre. So the first one I'm not so sure that it was supposed to be a series. I think it was supposed to be a one-off, but the first movie was so good and people loved it so much and it did so well that they decided to make more. So the first one, it's sort of like a spoof on Agatha Christie. So there is a detective. His name is Benoit. And so he's like Hercule Poirot sort of thing. And he's a Cajun, I think he is. He's from Louisiana. And he's got such a great accent. And it's played by Daniel Craig, who used to be the James Bond. There's a new James Bond now. But that movie's not out yet. I will also go and see that one in the cinema. I love James Bond. My brother and I, when we were growing up, we had a ritual. We would go to every James Bond together. But he doesn't live near me anymore, so he moved to another country. He lives in the Netherlands now, so with his wife. So we don't go to the movies together. We watch the movies and then we chat about it on WhatsApp. Okay, so I have put down the reddish purple pink. I put down the white. I blended out a little bit more with the purple pink, and now we are going to put in the Payne's gray. This one also needs a bit of a sharpen because we need really, really sharp points for this book. The images are so tiny. Yeah, so I'm going to go and see Knives Out 3. Knives Out 2 was also good. They're so clever. They're like social critique, satire, but also fun and entertaining and excellent whodunits. So yeah, I will go see that. I know that there are also a lot of movies coming out on streaming. The good, I don't know. What do you think about streaming? Do you prefer going to see the movies in the cinema? Do you prefer the streaming from your own home? What do you think? Which one do you prefer? Oh, that came out really nice. Slightly different from that one, which I'm happy with. Do I want to put more pink or just leave it as is? I'm thinking of just leaving it as is. Yes. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Let's do these little flowers, but we're going to make them purple. Okay, so let's put those on the side. I'm gonna start with the violet. Yes, 120. Oops. Violet, 120. And we're just going to put a very light layer of this color all over, and I'm going to leave the highlight on the side because we've left it there, so here as well. Very lightly, and you can go with the strokes that Johanna has given us. Sorry for the motorcycle. Someone has come into the neighborhood with a motorcycle. And yeah. So yeah, I want to see that in the cinema, Knives Out 3. And I also want to see, there's, I think it's called Fackham Hall. It's also a satire movie. Many years ago, there was a movie called Gosford Park. Such a fabulous movie. It was also sort of a mystery movie. It was set in, I think, the Edwardian era or the late Victorian era, I can't remember, at an estate called Gosford Park. And it was sort of like an upstairs, downstairs, Downton Abbey style movie with a murder. It was so good. It was with Clive Owen. Very good movie. And some other really famous British actors whose names escape me right now. But I really enjoyed it. So this Fackham Hall is sort of like a spoof of that. A spoof of Gosford Park, Downton Abbey, upstairs, downstairs kind of thing. I'm so looking forward to that one. It's with, I think Damian Lewis is in it. I love Damian Lewis. And so I'm looking forward to that one, which I will also probably go and see in the cinema. Or is that one a show? No, I think it is a movie. It's a movie. And another movie that is in the works, which I will also go to see in the cinema, is the new Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser. So they've got the original cast from the original movies. Okay, so we are now going to just blend this. I'm just going to make sure that I do not have any pink from the previous blending on my pencil. And now we're just going to blend out these purple leaves. Yeah. This is such a good white. I might just keep this white and not use Prismacolor because it's actually doing a good job on this paper. This paper is so good. The pencils just glide on it. Yeah, so blending out with white. And yeah, so I'm going to go and see The Mummy. So if you don't know, quite a few years ago in the 1990s, they made a series of mummy movies with Brendan Fraser, John Hannah, Rachel Weisz, Arnold Vosloo. Excellent movies, such fun. And yeah, and now they're making, it's not a reboot, it's a continuation, which I think is very cool. So, okay, we're going in now with 135. This pencil has a name that I'm not sure I can pronounce. poll.I'll. Anyway, it's 135. Just in the shadows. Okay, and you can even put some flicks here at the bottom. Yeah, so they're making a continuation. So I'm assuming that it will also include the children of Brendan Fraser, Evie, and oh, I can't remember his name, the character. Her name's Evie. What was his name? Brendan Fraser's character. It's escaped me. Oh, it'll come back to me. Yeah, but her name is definitely Evie. And so they had children. So I'm sure that it will probably include them and a reincarnated mummy. And so I'm really looking forward to that. That will be fun. Fun. Yeah, and any other movies that I'm looking forward to? There are shows that I'm looking forward to the next season of The Bridgertons, which comes out in early 2026, but that's on Netflix. Okay, do I want to deepen up with the Payne's Gray? Yeah, why not? Let's have a look. Let's just add in this Payne's Gray. Again, only in the shadow areas. Just a little bit. I don't want to put too much. We might later on put some embellishments with gel pen. But for now, we're just going to leave them like this. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's zoom out and take a look. Okay, so we are off to a good start. I really like these purple and pink flowers together, and we're going to progress. We're going to have bluish turquoisey leaves. We're going to have either a gold or silver metal on the spoon, on the kettle handle, on the teacup handles, and we're either going to put in a sort of like metal shelf that the cups are standing on that are and framing the teapot, or we're going to do a misty, smoky background. Let me, again, just a reminder, let me know in the comments which one you would like to see, either the metal frame or the misty background. Right, so thanks so much for joining me on today's Saturday Snippets. It's a little bit of a longer one because I did a lot of explaining in the beginning. And so thank you for your patience, and I hope to see you all soon next week for the next Saturday Snippets. Bye for now.